STP in most cases uses the bridge instead of the switch, but if you want you can use root switch or instead of the root bridge. Both of them are same. This is a root bridge. In most cases we are talking with the for example bridge. It's most famous, it's most popular. Root bridge or root B, one of the switches is selecting as the root bridge. Okay, how we are selecting the root bridge? Here we have some rules and we will learn about these rules in the future in this video, but for now let me to say that one of the switches between the switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3 should be selected as the root bridge. Okay, we will talk about the rules for selecting or electing the root bridge, but after selecting the root bridge, from the root bridge the best path about the according to the bandwidth should be selecting to reach to other switch. For example, here we have switch 2 and switch 3. How we can reach to the switch 2 from switch 1? The best path is from this path, because here we have more bandwidth, 1 gigabit per second. Because of that, now we are selecting one of the links from the root bridge to the switch 2. As you can see, let me to show you, this is the first path that we are selecting. As I mentioned before, we should go from the root bridge to all of the switch. This is the first path from the switch 1 to switch 2. Also we need another path from switch 1 to switch 3. The best path is a direct path from the switch 1 to switch 3. Here we have 100 megabit per second band link, and here we have 1G and then 100. Because of that it is better, and you will learn about the exact rules, but now let me to say that this is the best rule. Because of that, best path, because of that now we have two paths. The first path is from the switch 1 to switch 2, and after that from switch 1 to switch 3. And this means that first we selected one root bridge, after that we try to reach to all of the other switches in this for example network from the root bridge. And the best path from the switch 1 to switch 2 is direct link from switch 1 to switch 2, and the best path from switch 1 to switch 3 again is direct link from the switch 1 to switch 3. Actually now we have the spanning tree. This is our spanning tree, and after that we need to block one of the interfaces in the other links. Here this is the redundant link because we didn't pass from this link. Because of that we can block one of the interfaces of this link, and now we have the spanning tree. This is the overall function of the spanning tree, but here we have some rules. For example, how we can select root bridge, how we can find the best path from the switch 1 to switch 2, and some other topics. But now you know how STP is working. In STP, first we need to select one root bridge. After that, from root bridge we should find the best path about the bandwidth to other switches. After that, each path that residing in the for example in our path or each link that is residing in our path is the main link or is the primary link, but other links that doesn't reside in our path are the for example secondary link or backup link, and we need to block one side of the backup links. This is the function of the STP with the high level. Okay. Now here we have one important question. The question is that the selection of the root bridge means the place of the root bridge is important for active link selection or not. Let me to show you. Here the switch 1 is the root bridge. Let me to write here. We have the switch 1 and this is the RB or root bridge. Also we have two other switch 2. Okay, you know the switch 2 is non-root bridge switch, and also the switch 3. In each network we have only one root bridge. Okay, and you know that with this selection of the root bridge we have two active link. One of these links is using the 1 gigabit per second of the bandwidth, and another link is using the 100 megabit per second of the bandwidth. Let me to show you. Here we have two link, and this is the 1 gigabit per second link. This means that we are using the best bandwidth that we have in this network, 1 gigabit per second and also 100 megabit per second. Now let me to choose another switch for root bridge. For example, the switch 2. If the switch 2 is root bridge, you know that the links that will be selected, it first is the link from the switch 2 to switch 1, and the next link link is from the switch 2 to switch 3. Okay, the result is again using the 1 gigabit per second link and also 100 megabit per second link. And let me to write here, when we have switch 1 and then switch 2 and then switch 3. Okay, now the switch 2 is the root bridge. We should compare all of the for example conditions with each other, and you know that now the link between the switch 1 and switch 2 is active, and also the link between the switch for example 2 and switch 3 is active. Let me to show you. This is the next link, and the bandwidth of this link is 1 gigabit per second, and the bandwidth of this link is 100 megabit per second. It's okay. But if the switch 3 is the root bridge, okay, the result is the link between the switch 3 and switch 1 now is active, and also the direct link between the switch 3 and switch 2. As you can see, we are using 2 fast Ethernet or 200 megabit per second link. Let me to show you the next condition: switch 2, again switch 3, and then for example switch 1. In this scenario, we are using the switch 3 as the root bridge, okay, not switch 2. And then the active links include the direct link between the switch 1 and switch 3, and also switch 2 and switch 3. As you can see here, we are using only the 100 megabit per second link, not the gigabit per second. And as you can see, this is not good condition. Why? Because we don't use the 1 gigabit per second link or with the link with the higher bandwidth, but we are using the links with the lower bandwidth. And you know that for primary links we want to use the more bandwidth, and for secondary we can use less bandwidth. For example, in this example, when we have the switch 1 as the root bridge, we are using 1 gigabit per second. If the 1 gigabit per second link fails, we can use 100 megabit per second between the switch 2 and switch 3. In most cases, and maybe in all cases, we should use the link with more bandwidth with the as a primary link, and the links with the less bandwidth for the secondary link. And this is obvious that we should do with this for example manner. After that, now we can understand that the place of root bridge is important for us. If you select the root bridge, you will learn about the selection of root bridge rules. If you select the root bridge in one bad place, for example in this example in the switch 3, you will use the lower bandwidth as the primary link, and you will use the, for example, more bandwidth as the secondary link or as backup link, and this is not good. Because of that, now we can understand the place of root bridge is so important for the active topology. This is the active topology, okay? And now in the for example high level view of the STP, we can understand that how STP is working overall. First, a root bridge is electing. After that, we can go from the root bridge to the other switch with the best bandwidth that is available. And now we can understand that the place of the root bridge is so important. Placement of the root bridge is so important. We will learn about the detail of the root bridge selection, and after that how we can place the root bridge in a good place. Okay, let me to talk about a little more about the function of the STP. You know that until now we talked with high level view, and now I'm going to give you more information. I assume that this is the medium level view. Okay, in medium level view we will learn more than this, but also after medium level we will talk with more detail. We call it low level. Now I'm going to talk about the STP and its function with medium level. Okay, starting the medium level to finding how STP is working, let me to remove the high level view information. Very good. How STP is working, starting from the scratch. You know that in STP we are trying to converting a not spanning tree or non-spanning tree network to a spanning tree networks. You know it, okay? How? In STP we have 3 steps to converting the non-spanning tree to spanning tree networks. The first step is electing the root bridge. Elect root bridge. I know that in the for example high level view we talked about the electing root bridge, but now I'm going to give you more information that how root bridge is electing. Let me write here, electing